And the other delightful gadget that's found in a lot of American sinks is the sprayer hose. This is kind of a pre-clean thing where you spray all.
Oh, that's so great. I always see that. Anyone watching this have one of those? What's up, my friend? Today I'll be reacting to 5 ways British and American kitchens are very different. This would be an interesting one. I will also try to share my perspective living in Portugal. That said, if you can leave a like on this one, thank you so much, my friend. This is the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Now, link for the original video in my description. I love Lawrence. Give him some love. That said, let's play it.
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to kitchens. It's that...
Okay, to be honest, when I saw the title of the video, guys, I saw you guys recommending this one and I was like, okay, but I don't see any difference between European kitchens versus American. I mean, the only difference I can imagine actually is since American houses are bigger than us, than the ones we have here, same for the UK. Maybe that is the size one difference, but 5 difference, I really don't know, honestly. I guess we'll see.
Time of year again, of course, when food sees its approval ratings shoot to new heights. And while I continue to look at the way in which British and American food varies wildly, the same is true of kitchens. Sure, some American kitchens on the whole might be larger than their British counterparts, just by virtue of the fact that houses are. But for once, I'm not going to concentrate on size. Instead, today, I'm going to stick a...
Not concentrating size? Oh, I wish my wife did that.
Rubber-gloved hand deep down into the details of how we use our kitchens. From etiquette to gadgets, here are 5 ways that British and American kitchens are very different.
Okay. Kettles.
I don't know if you've heard this or not, but my homeland of Britain may or may not be obsessed with tea. We're so obsessed, in fact, that when everybody was worried about running out of toilet roll, we were clearing the shelves of PG tips. And our obsession with tea can be seen through the gadget we use to make it, the electric...
Okay. Kettles are popular in America. The ones that are the most popular here is not the ones you put on the stove. Maybe it's actually that is going to talk about, but the electric ones. That's just better. Can we agree with that? But I believe in America, maybe you guys use the manual, the ones that you put on the stove. I don't know. The other thing is, no. I was thinking, yeah, they drink a lot of tea. In Portugal, we are more similar to Americans. We like coffee.
Kettle.
It's better.
An electric kettle is a kettle that is electric. That is, you plug it into the wall. Now, I don't have British plug sockets where I live, so what you're seeing right now is not completely authentic. But the electric kettle at my house is made by the British company Russell Hobbs. You simply plug it in, put water in it, switch it on, and wait for it to boil. Now, any British people watching this might be thinking, how on earth do Americans make tea? Well, firstly, Americans don't drink tea quite as much as British people. And secondly, even though America doesn't have a royal family, coffee is king. Not literally, that would be absurd. But for Americans who do drink tea or hot drinks that aren't coffee, they usually have stovetop kettles. They work much the same way as electric.
So my mother had one of those for years, and actually in the past this was more popular than the electric ones. Nowadays I believe the electric ones are a bit more popular, my friends. The thing I remember a lot about those is the crazy noise they do when it's done. No, that was bad, sorry. But you guys know, if you use that, you know what I'm talking about. I always thought this could explode and, burn the entire house. Am I crazy? Probably.
Electric kettles, except you don't plug them in, and the only thing that you turn on is the stove. I have to say, while I don't have a major preference between both types of kettles, there is something a little bit satisfying about a kettle that whistles.
Oh man.
Plus, that way you know when it's done, even if you're in another wing of your house, another room of your house.
Great point.
Either way, when it comes to Britain, the electric kettle is not the only kitchen gadget that uses water.
So before you even go into the other point, this thing about kettles, a bit irrelevant for me. And I mean, in America you guys also have the electric ones, right, my friends? Tell me that in the comments. Maybe the other ones are a bit more popular, but is this the only reason I have the electric one is nowadays that sells is actually easier to find that than the other one. You know what I mean? And it's a bit more practical, I would say, but it's irrelevant to me, to be honest.
Washing
Laundry. Okay, I believe I know. I believe I know what he's going to talk about. At least here, it's quite common to have laundry. This is disgusting, by the way. To have laundry in the kitchen. Big houses don't have this problem. They have a separate room for that. But apartments, they have this problem. Or even small houses, of course. Do you guys relate with this, or is this crazy stuff to you, my friends?
washing machines in a kitchen. Sorry, America, for most Brits, this is a harsh reality. I say harsh, most of us wouldn't want it any other way. When I was growing up, the washing machine was right there next to the kitchen sink. It was an easy way to consolidate chores and get chicken curry in your underpants. And it doesn't end there, because a lot of British washing machines also contain a dryer in one machine. It's not a great
I have that.
idea because the dryer is usually rubbish. Hence why a lot of Brits...
And that's also true. This guy is amazing. I love Lawrence. Look, it's crazy that I'm relating with so much stuff from the beginning of the video. And I never saw this video. But that's exactly true. I have one washing machine that is also a dryer, and the dryer is awful. Awful. Does nothing. And I paid like 200 euros more for that. Totally scam. André got scam 100%. Am I sad about that? Not anymore, but I was at the time. But this is so true. Actually, let's run it a bit back. This is crazy, right, my friend?
Because a lot of British washing machines also contain a dryer in one machine.
Yeah.
It's not a great idea because the dryer is usually rubbish. Hence why a lot of Brits still put their clothes out on a washing line. Across the pond, look around most kitchens in the United States and you won't find a washing machine. You might sometimes find them in a kind of pseudo laundry room that's attached to the kitchen, but not normally beneath the microwave. I do hope all of that sinks.
And to be honest, this is an awful idea that we Europeans do. I never liked this. Never, never, never. I always thought it was weird. If you guys think that's weird, I'm with you guys. I'm American all of a sudden. Because that's weird, Europeans. What the hell are you guys doing? Holy moly. And look, my parents, they have I would say, a fair big house. And when I growing up, I never saw this type of stuff. But then when I had to move and live by myself, I had to rent an apartment at the beginning. And I had exactly that. And it was not great. But I mean, also not the end of the world.
And speaking of sinks, that brings us on to this.
Sinks?
Join me now and imagine a dystopian future in which humanity has run out of dishwashers. What would we do? Well, the answer to that question might depend on the country that you live in. For example, Americans would be more likely than Brits to hand wash their dishes under water running from a tap. On the other hand, Brits might be more likely than Americans to clean them in a sink filled with hot water. This is partly done to be more economical with water use, but it's also because British homes didn't, and in some cases still don't, have mixer taps. In other words, most British...
What? Oh no, that's crazy. We have that. No worries, my friend. Oh no.
British homes were equipped with separate hot and cold taps, and so cleaning dishes under a running hot tap might result in third-degree burns. However, primed almost universally with mixer taps, which help them to regulate temperature, Americans don't have to worry about that. Additionally, American kitchen sinks often come equipped with gadgets that might seem alien in some British homes. For example, and this is one of my favourites, the garbage disposal. This is a mechanical feature.
Yeah, we don't have this, and I think this is a crazy, crazy good idea. Man, I love America. Leave a like if you love America, because I do. And I would love to have one of those. I may buy one online. Can I install this on mine? Or is that maybe it's too difficult?
inside plug holes that breaks up waste. It's also the cause of death for 57% of people in American horror films. And the other delightful gadget that's found in a lot of American sinks is the sprayer hose. This is kind of a pre-clean thing where you spray...
Oh, that's so great. I always see anyone watching this have one of those. You are rich in my book, my friend. Congrats. But, okay, jokes aside. Actually, not jokes aside, because that's tremendous. But, yeah, is that really common in America to have one of the things that can move? I love that.
All of the gunk off the plate, and then you clean your plate under regulated warm water. So okay, in this dishwasherless dystopian nightmare, both countries do at least have options, but what about when it comes to drying the dishes? In Britain, it's fairly normal not to rinse the soap off before letting the dishes dry on the drying rack. Once there, the soap, in theory, slides off or dissolves.
No! Okay. No, that's why UK left the European Union. We are tired of them. And now I can see it. No chance. No one does that here.
It was hard to explain that to my American wife because Americans, for the most part, rinse off the soap with tap water or, if you're feeling lucky, the sprayer hose, and either leave it to dry in the drying rack or may not get to it straight away with a towel. Now, I've never been passionately in favour of one method over the other, but the argument often thrown forward for the British way is that rinsing can leave water stains. And I suppose that's true if you're lazy, and thinking about it, I am. If I wasn't,
Makes sense.
I probably wouldn't make use of these. Egg cups. What on
Egg cups? What technology is that?
earth is an egg cup? And I'm not exclusively throwing that question at Americans.
Wait, you guys have a cup where you put the egg and all of a sudden there is a chicken out? No, that's crazy, right?
Because Americans of a certain region or generation have often told me, oh, we had those growing up. That was really British, sorry. But the fact is, most Americans are probably not familiar with egg cups and most certainly don't have them.
Oh, okay, never mind. So, no, oh, okay, this may mess up my head. So, Britons have that. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, nothing new. I mean, Britain. No, I love my UK people. But, okay, I never saw that. But
in their houses. On the other hand, according to a law that I just made up, it's illegal for British kitchens not to have one. We're even handed them at birth. The
I would
parents
believe
walk
that.
away with a baby, an egg cup and 4 boxes of PG tips. But what do we use them for? Well, I'm glad you asked, because this is where the lazy part of Lawrence comes in. They house soft-boiled eggs, and these are soft-boiled eggs that have had the top knocked off them. I've never been really good at that part.
Sorry, I don't want that. Ooh, great idea. Look, I react to American stuff and I'm like, this is a tremendous idea. I'm reacting to Britain stuff right now and I think, this is so stupid. Sorry, it is what, sorry. It is what it is. You guys have to agree with me on this one. But it's cute, I actually, sorry, let's see it again.
This is where the lazy part of Lawrence comes in. They house soft-boiled eggs, and these are soft-boiled...
It's kind of cute, I think that's the reason, because it's cute.
eggs that have had the top knocked off them. I've never been really good at that part. And what you do is you dip toast or bread soldiers into the egg. And it is the most amazing breakfast in the whole world, and you're all wrong. Shut up. Egg cups. I do realise that for some of you, you've just learned a new word. The perfect segue into this.
No idea.
Just to bring us full circle, there are of course many British and American word differences when it comes to food. I have done and will continue to do videos on that. But here's a short sample of variations in kitchen lingo. In Britain, whether or not the hot and cold taps are unified, tap is the word we go for. And while I have heard that word applied in the United States, Americans will often opt for faucet. And sometimes...
Faucet? Okay, now, see, Americans, you lost me. Now I'm with my UK people. Yeah, no, tap water makes much more sense. No, wait. Oh, that's the name of... Oh, wait. Sorry.
Hot and cold taps are unified. Tap is the word we go for. And while I have heard that word applied in the United States, Americans will often opt for faucet. And sometimes when the plumbing's bad and the water won't come out, you might have to force it.
Ooh, is even a ugly word. Can we agree that faucet? If someone says that in America to me, faucet, I would say, I'm sorry. Sorry. I did not want to offend.
Sorry, that joke only works in Britain. Anyway, whether it is tap or faucet, you will need one to do the washing up. Washing up, that's what Americans say when they just take 5 minutes to clean themselves.
Makes
Britain,
sense.
That's our phrase for doing the dishes. And if we're not being lazy, we might dry the dishes by hand. In order to do this, we use what is known as a tea towel. In America, I've heard many
Tea towel, of course. Everything is related with tea. And that's how the revolution started, if you guys are not aware. If they end up drinking less tea, who knows?
Experience on this, but you might be hard-pressed to find somebody that uses the term tea towel. Instead, in Indiana, I think I most commonly heard dish towel.
So, English is not my main language, as you can tell probably, but dish towel sounds much better.
My house, I don't know about any...
Tea towel, no. Dish towel. I like that.
Anybody else's, these can often be found hanging from the oven. I don't know why I did that, because actually both countries use the word oven, but in Britain we also call it a cooker, and that's something for which my wife has ridiculed me for 15 years. Thank you for watching this latest
See, sometimes bullying is acceptable.
Vlogmas episode. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with all of my daily videos through Christmas.
Another great video.
Thank you to all of my patrons who make these videos possible. If you would like to support this channel and become a patron today, you can do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond.
Oh man, another great video by Lawrence. I have so much fun reacting to him. It's kind of crazy, you know. I would love to meet him one day to... I mean, probably very unlikely, but I really like his humor. And so the electric kettles, I think this is a bit irrelevant, to be honest. Washing machines, yeah, these Americans are doing things correct here. Dishes, yeah, this America is doing things correct again. The egg cups, they are cute, but I don't see that big of a reason. And the towels, yeah, forget about it. Dish towels make much more sense to me. That's it, my friends. Great stuff. Do not forget to leave a like. See you guys next time. And that's it for today, my friends. Hope you end up enjoying this video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like. Also consider to subscribe if you are new to my channel. And also let me remember you about one thing. I have a Patreon community. I put videos there a bit earlier than I put on YouTube. So if you want to support me and have access to early content, go to my Patreon. I will leave a link on my description. Take a look at that. You can also scan the QR code you will be seeing here. And that's it.